You're Frank.
And you're Frank.
And together we are Frankly Speaking.
Your party at the door, bring it open mind. Oh, mind. Pass the sound bites, truth where we explore. Frankly Speaking, that's what this mic is for. Frankly Speaking, let's go open the door. Frankly Speaking, you can ask for more. Frankly Speaking.
I missed it. I missed it.
Yeah, so we'll figure. Yeah.
So when I go get them, I'll figure that out.
Yeah.
And then Callie will help me.
Hello, folks. We are here, and you're Frank.
And you're Frank.
We are
Frankly Speaking.
We took that course a couple times.
Bridget told me she was going to add to it tonight. I couldn't wait to hear what she was going to do.
That's cool.
Speaking.
How's your day going today, Bridget? I'm just curious. Is it great again?
I've changed my mind.
I think you changed your preference.
Today is the best day ever.
Oh, okay. I think that was last
gosh.
week, too.
Yeah.
That's why I've changed my mind.
It's getting better and better.
Well, here we are. We have guests tonight, but first, we have the show of shows, and that's between Bridget, Monica, and Frankie and Frank. So, where do we want to start? We want to start with our prayer.
I think we
course.
should start with our
And
prayer.
then Monica has a couple things to say about guess what's tonight, but the full moon. The super moon, the ultra dynamic, magnanimous, hyperbolic super moon. Huge.
The moon
So,
is huge.
do you mind?
It's huge. No.
Let's,
we'll
we're
start
gonna let-
with the prayer.
Thank you.
All right.
Divine Creator, thank you for this day that brings us together to share our words and our stories. May they bring healing and peace to those that need it. Help us to be patient and kind, mindful of our words and actions, and give us the grace and courage to forgive easily. Please soften our hearts so that we may listen when we feel the urge to fight, and fill us with a desire for understanding and reconciliation, and fill our bodies with gratitude, peace, and love. Amen.
Amen.
We
Oh,
need that
yeah.
prayer this week, right?
That's a good prayer.
That was nice. I felt that. That was good. Good job.
Thank you.
I went to hell this week,
Oh, jeez.
and I'm on my way back, but I don't think I've actually
Dragged
got
him
back
to it.
there. Who?
Had a rough
I
week.
dragged you to it.
Do you
How's
want
that
to
possible?
elaborate on that?
Well, the last little bit might have been you dragging me a little bit closer to the to the depths.
to the cliff.
As I was starting to come back up, you kicked me back down.
Oh, boy. Here we
Well,
go.
you
This is
know-
about to get real personal real quick.
We're going.
I get my drink.
This is like me and Bridget last week.
Yeah, I was a couple 3 weeks ago. It was pretty wild.
We were on the flow of the supermoon and its energy. So,
Right.
you know, what I've been saying all along is that the energies coming onto the planet are pushing on our triggers. And I was triggered this week really badly.
Yeah.
And, you know, my trigger is injustice.
Right.
When somebody that is in a weakened state and somebody comes along and just knocks them down, it just makes me crazy.
Enraged. But then we found out.
But it's something that I had to see and something that I had to feel. And this,
Right.
this is where we're at, that we need to feel everything that comes up.
So why don't you talk a
Don't-
little
Yeah,
bit?
can we know what
Don't-
the injustice was?
No.
Oh, we can't? Okay.
No. But I will say this. The injustice was misinformation too.
Okay.
So then it was like a lot of,
Let's
shoot.
not go there because
Okay, don't go
it's
there.
just
Don't go there.
It's,
Don't
yeah,
go
it's deep.
there.
It's complex. Then
It's
that's
deep
okay.
and it's complex. No, Monica, you got to just not on this show. Not on my watch. Can you talk a little bit about why we're in the state that we're in? That would have to do with the supermoon.
okay. Today's the 4th, and it's the day the full supermoon, which occurs. I don't know about astrology that much, but just be patient with these facts. Maybe you know, whoever's listening. Will occur at 13 degrees Gemini, if you're a Gemini or have that on your sign somewhere. illuminating our inner landscape with a clarity that can't be ignored. This moon doesn't arrive quietly, as it forms a mutable grand cross, squaring the nodes of fate at 13 degrees Virgo in Pisces. Virgo. Pisces.
Does that tell you something?
Aria's a Gemini.
Well, Gemini's in there. Gemini's
Yeah,
in
that's
there.
right. Liam's a Gemini.
Liam's a Gemini. Liam's a Gemini.
This creates a rare moment of revelation, a cosmic pause at the crossroads. Gemini governs our inner dialogue, the stories we tell ourselves, the meaning we assign to experiences, the thoughts we repeat out of habit. So the ruminating thoughts in our heads, this is what's happening with this moon.
Yeah,
You know,
it's been a little bit longer
caught
than
up.
the moon.
No, but we're in that flow leading up to this day. And under this supermoon, the nodal axis asks a piercing question. Is this pattern rooted in old habits of perfectionism or overanalysis, which is a Virgo trait? Or is it guiding you toward a more surrendered, soul-trusting future?
Good.
That's a Pisces trait,
Right.
normally.
Now, what's with the second page there? You got a long story to read?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why, am I taking too long?
No, no,
boy,
no.
Frank, you are really going to be in the
We're
doghouse.
going downhill real quick. You think I was in hell? I'm going to hell too.
I know.
It's the
It's
sequel
getting
to
hot
hell.
in here. And take
sequel
off
to
all
hell.
your clothes.
So this
It's
moon
the Satan Lounge.
may bring sudden insight or a click of understanding. Pay attention to these things. Sit quietly with yourself and pay attention to what's happening. Something out of the ordinary, pay attention to that. It's here to heal you and bring you awareness. Breakthrough in communication, a truth that rises to the surface after long being suppressed. So just pay attention to these things. A shift in how you speak your needs, desires, or boundaries. Dissolving of outdated mental narratives. Yay.
Can you
that
elaborate
be
on
great?
that?
Well,
Mental
if you
narratives,
have-
like you're just a mindset? Is that just a way of thinking?
Well, if you have these ruminating thoughts about how things are going in the world or how your life is, let's say, I'm always a loser,
Okay.
or that kind of narrative that you can pretty much comes from upbringing usually.
Yeah.
So you're talking about old
programming.
paradigms.
Old patterns, thinking patterns, right? A nudge toward intuition over logic, softness, or over self-critique. Because it's supermoon, everything is amplified. Intuition, emotion, clarity, and timing. The mind speaks loudly, but the soul whispers even louder, which is an interesting words, right? The lunation reminds us you are not beholden to old patterns, so you can break them at this time if you are aware. You are free to choose the story you walk forward with. So this is the time to choose the roads that you want to take. There's a fork in the road, and you want to choose just
Yes, there
Do
are
it.
two paths you can go by, but in the long run,
choose differently.
there's still time to change the road you're on.
I feel like I got left out of that one. That's,
I thought I was going to
you
get
guys
it
had
away.
something
That was
good
your
there.
part.
No, that's it's an old song.
Led Zeppelin, Stairway to.
Oh, it's there. Okay.
Stairway to Heaven instead
right?
of-
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
So
Instead
anyway,
of hell.
I'm sorry.
Let the bright Gemini moonlight reveal what no longer fits. Let the Pisces North Node draw you into a future where your intuition has a voice.
Can you read that again about the Gemini moonlight?
Let the bright Gemini moonlight reveal what no longer fits. Let the Pisces North draw you into a future where your intuition has a voice, your heart has a say, and your spirit leads the way. So if you're in a
That's why
relationship
I'm-
with somebody, be a listener for once, just for once.
Are you looking at me?
Is this
Trying
like? Is this?
creating like this?
For
What, next
once.
time you're not reading anything.
I feel like this is like there's a line down
You're
the middle
not reading
here,
anything.
No, no.
and none of us are
there's-
crossing it tonight.
It's only going to be one Frank at the next show.
Be a listener for once in your life. That's what it
Good
said.
luck.
Right, that's what it says. And guess what?
Hey, hold on, let me put my glasses on.
I didn't really mean that. No,
For once.
he listens sometimes.
That's hilarious.
I think that over the past couple of days, I did a pretty good job
Yes,
of
you've
listening.
been. Yeah.
And not just with you, I'm talking about in general.
Was that while he was talking? He was listening.
Right, I make sure that
He's like he's
Man,
got his
I
ear out,
have-
but he's still
I-
talking to you.
No, a lot of times we're having a conversation. Not we, but in general,
Yeah, we
people
are.
we're having a conversation instead of actually listening. You're thinking about what you're going to say.
yeah.
Right.
yeah.
You're not being really present, and
Yeah.
that person feels that. So if you
Right.
can just shift
I do
that a
believe
little
that.
bit,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
do believe that.
that's true.
That's one thing I definitely learned from my father, because I remember all these people would tell me like, "Oh, your dad was such a good listener. He'd like actually." He would look at you and like as you're talking to him, and you just felt so engaged. And I tried doing that. Sometimes I'm off doing a million different things, but I actually can do more than one thing at once. I don't know if that's an ADD thing or whatever it is. But it is. If you can stop everything and really pay attention, it means something to that person
It's
too.
so profound,
Yeah.
especially when somebody
True.
needs to vent.
Yeah.
Even if it's not reality that they're going through, because I've been through that, you know, where I'm just,
Oh,
my
we know.
emotions have.
Frank tells me all the time. No, I'm just kidding. That's all right. There's other people in this room that have a fake reality too.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
There are.
yeah, there
Are
are.
they in the room with us?
Or are they the one talking?
We're all in a fantasy land.
I love
This is
this.
the Matrix.
it's
That's
true.
why we.
None of
play-
this is real.
This is the wormhole.
I know.
to
This is like look,
studio.
look. Oh, wait a minute. It's working though. It seems to be real. I don't think it's real though. But just on that, when you said about the sky, I just had me thinking yesterday. I just have to say this before I forget. Yesterday, when I was driving, I was actually aggravated about something. Something really happened, and I looked up in the sky and I saw all those chemtrails yesterday. Did
that
you see
crazy?
it? I've never seen that many.
You saw them?
It was insane. And I'm saying to myself, I wanted so bad to go buy an airplane and follow one of these things and see where they're landing and taking off. I'm dead serious. Like I was
love
so
it.
pumped up yesterday. I'm like, I'm ready to go buy a plane and just sit, or a drone and sit outside and wait to see one of these things and follow it and try to
So
go.
there's two things that I do when I see them, because I start to feel angry over them, you know. This is part of the injustice that, you know, wrecks me, you know, sometimes.
Yeah.
So energetically, you can actually do something. Once you suppress your anger a little bit, just push it away. I know you think it's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like they're
But you
like putting
feel
stuff
it
in the
and push
clouds
it
and it's
away.
coming down into our water. And I don't know exactly what it is, and I'm not an expert on it, but I will tell you that is not normal. I don't care, because you know why? Because today there was just as many planes flying as there was yesterday, and there were none today. So why is that? So people are like, oh, it's the air, it's this or that.
Right. So
Bull
it's the
crap.
atmospheric pressure.
It's not pressure. There's nothing that goes that long. Vapor doesn't last that long.
not
And that's
for
what I was
hours and
watching
then spread.
for.
Yeah, it doesn't last that long. And I've lost friends over that. Well, I literally lost even a Santa Claus a couple years ago. He was like, no, it's not real. And I'm like, listen, man, I'm telling you, this stuff is, I'm not an idiot. And I was like, this is something wrong with this.
Even
And,
Santa Claus has a little.
yeah,
petcock
one of this,
on the
well, we
back.
had,
You lost Santa
Slay.
Claus
No.
to your foundation, or like he
yeah,
died?
to the foundation. Yeah,
Oh.
like he used to
It's
deliver.
the chemtrails. Okay, I just took that.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was over
Okay.
something. It's just because he disagreed with it, but he's never came back since then. And I was like,
okay,
well, I'm assuming that maybe it was that or the washing machine. I don't know what it was, but I just remember talking about it, and he was like angry with me when I said something about it, and I was like, why would you be angry unless you know for sure? Like you don't know, and I don't know, but why not just talk about it? And I'm gonna tell you, if there's anybody out there that knows about this kind of thing, please let's figure out a way to stop this crap, because they're putting something in our atmosphere that is affecting us.
it's chemicals.
1,000%.
Aluminum, barium.
Well, this is talk.
There have been studies. People actually take. There was a guy I was
The
watching
rainwater.
his interview. He sweated.
I
okay?
know. I heard that interview. I heard
He
that interview.
took samples of his sweat before he saw the chemtrails, and then he took them after. And
He
it
had
was
283 one day, and then he had like 283,000 the next day.
Of what?
Of
different.
yeah, I
heavy
think it was
metals.
aluminum and something else, and
And
then
it-
he sweats it out in the
Sauna.
So, yeah, thank you.
So Florida banned them. So how is it something's banned if it's not happening? It doesn't. It just it's happening.
I mean, it's and they were talking about geoengineering.
Yes.
And that covers a little bit more than just what has been put all over the news the internet as being more of a problem. I had
Bill
the word.
Gates. Did you hear the article or read the article about Bill Gates? He created these chemtrails that he's putting out there to block the sun.
Well, is that true?
Why?
I saw the article.
Well,
I don't.
I
you
mean,
have
and we
to-
need the sun. The sun gives
You
us
can-
vitamin D. With,
Some
like
more than that.
Oh, to hurt
It's.
us.
I can't see how any of these people are
What-
helping us.
Yeah, what would be the reason?
I don't know
not
Yeah, why
why
do
he
they want
even.
And who are they to decide on how we live our life? Why are we not being able to decide what kind of air we breathe and what kind of sunlight we want?
And he's never been voted in anything, so why is he
Why is
allowed
he
to
the-
do this stuff?
That's what I'm saying. And like, we need to figure out as the people how to stop this. I'm like, and forget about us. It's the future, our children. And when you have like, we just had a child and 6 months old, and all I can think about is what about her kids? That's what I'm more concerned about, is what we leave behind. Not even us. I mean, I'm willing to sacrifice what I have, anything, in order to save them in the future. I think we really need to do something. And I wish I knew what to do other than speak about it. I can only talk about it, try to bring it to someone's attention, and hopefully get some action from someone.
So this is, if you look at this from a spiritual perspective, a lot of things happen to bring awareness to things.
Do you have the
So the
comments?
more
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
the more
Gotcha, guys.
things trigger us, right? It brings awareness to it, so then we could do something about it. Otherwise, it's still, how many people don't even know what that is?
Yeah.
Here's a comment. So Julio Perez says, I believe they killed Prince because he was leaking chemtrails. Does anyone know about that?
Oh, he was leaking the information about it.
Yeah, Prince, the artist.
I would,
Was he doing
I
that?
wouldn't.
Of course they did.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, you can't
Because
say
of
that.
We
for a
can't-
fact.
chemtrails, they killed him because of that. Because
You
of leaking
can't
that?
well, they
say-
probably
I don't
maybe he
know.
was an activist against it or talked about
No,
it.
no, I saw that.
I don't know.
I saw that he was
that a
on
thing?
some kind of either an interview or he got some award and some award and he was speaking about it and and I heard what he said. Who knows? I mean, you can't say for sure.
Yeah.
I
Was
don't
that
think
the
it had
reason?
to do with chemtrails, but
Or
I think it
just
had to
that?
do because he was a truth.
Or a whistleblower kind of guy.
whistleblower.
Well, he
Okay.
was. I
Or,
think.
you
I
know,
think.
he talked about owning his own albums. He talked about his own music. He was battling with the record companies because he thought, why should they make more money on my things?
Yeah.
I'm producing them. I'm doing everything, and they want my piece of it. Okay, so you can have a piece of it, but not most of it.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't-
doing all the work.
Of course.
So, speaking up about that, I think got him
Yeah, got him.
taken out.
Oh, you can't say that on.
We
It's
well,
my personal
she can-
opinion.
I mean,
of course, I
can't
can
say
say
that
whatever
here.
I want.
Why?
Oh, you can't. No, you got to use. They have special words now.
You know what you have to do?
Special
is
words.
They
listen.
do.
yeah. How about
They have
this?
special
They took
words.
him out.
No, you can't say
They
that.
can't say that. What would be a better?
They took him out to dinner.
They removed
would be
him.
probably the best way to say that. I wouldn't say remove.
They made him swim with
They
the fishies.
murdered him.
Oh god. There you go.
Oh,
Well, you
man.
can't say murder.
And
Well,
I don't know
after
that.
And I guess if we
just
just
saying.
stick with they, I guess we're okay.
Who's
Yeah.
that?
Because who are they?
He was a Jehovah Witness. They claim
Oh,
that he
my
OD'd.
Oh shoot.
That doesn't make any sense, actually.
it makes zero sense.
Yeah,
Look.
this is now
Rest
going
in
to become
peace,
the
Prince,
Rest
'cause-
in priest.
Yeah.
Rest in
in
Prince.
peace.
Rest with the
Well,
priest.
actually, he started calling himself a sign or something. It wasn't even Prince anymore. Right?
The other, well, that
So-
happened
so
because of the
nobody could
fact that
own them.
he himself could not use his own name to sell any further music. And when he left where he was, which I don't know if it was one of the big companies or not. Of course, it was.
Yes, it
but,
was.
But the point I'm getting at is he made
Capital?
the sign because that's what he went by, so that he could circumvent.
Oh, that makes
That's
sense.
the
At first
truth.
I was like, what is up with
Yeah.
this guy? But that
No,
makes
no,
sense
no,
now
no.
because you're trying to get
And
away from the
everybody
label.
thinks he's
It's all
eccentric
legal
and
stuff.
crazy,
Yeah.
and then he takes well, no, that's Propofol is the other guy that also was trying to buy his own music.
Michael?
The guy, yeah, Mike.
Yes, Mike.
Yeah, Jordan.
Right.
Michael Jordan was trying to buy Prince's.
No, Michael Jackson.
Oh, Jackson.
Oh,
Oh, we're getting a.
There
All right,
we
What's
so
the difference?
right.
Who cares?
all right, moving right along. Bridget
I
has
love it.
some great community news coming up because we got a big special event coming up tomorrow.
Special
Bridget,
event.
What's
Yes.
going on?
All right. So, tomorrow, December 5th, it starts at 5:30. There is the Festival of Lights, Christmas tree lighting down at Warriors/John Flowers Circle.
There you go.
There's going to be free popcorn, free marshmallows, free apple cider. There's free hot chocolate. It's all for the kids. And then Santa Claus is going to be coming in a fire truck downtown.
Come
to
see
the
Santa
circle.
Claus at the Circle.
Yes, yes. And then I have the honor to be able to sing a couple of holiday songs for everyone.
Yeah, that's gonna be great, and they can hear your songs on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
They search Brigavelli and look
Yeah.
up, holiday music or holiday songs, holiday tracks on Brigavelli. She has a lot of great tracks she's gonna sing, and it's gonna be great. And Kyle's gonna come over, help set up that system for us.
Yeah.
Kyle Carlson, right?
Yes.
You've done
Yeah.
a thing with him before, so we appreciate that. And then Mustakas, I want to say thank you very much for helping us out with some of that sound equipment today. Appreciate them. Mustakas, good
Yeah,
family.
they're a
They're
great
great singers.
duo.
Oh my God, these guys are amazing. And actually, one of the
are.
Mustakases did that song with you. Paul, he was in the video.
He was a co-guest, yeah.
He was a co-guest in your video.
Co-guest
Yeah,
star.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, he took my place for the day. That's it.
Wait till the next one.
finally got that right.
Remember?
Oh, it's gonna be good. Yeah, it's gonna be really good. I don't want to give it up yet, but
Yeah, no, it's a good
It's
one,
gonna be good.
though.
We're gonna use the jail though, so I gotta call Kirk to see if we can get a couple cells. It's gonna be good.
Shout out to
Yeah,
our
but there-
biggest sponsor.
That's our that's her post there right there. The Festival
There's
of Lights.
Brigham Valley.
Brigham Valley. She's gonna be
Yeah.
performing. Come on down. It's gonna be a lot of fun. City of Poughkeepsie. Listen, we're trying to have some fun and have a good time. Get the kids out. They're gonna do the tree lighting at my dad's circle down there, John Flower Circle. It's all the way located Main Street, all the way down to the river. Go down there. It's 5:30. Try to get there a little early, and don't miss Santa Claus coming down and singing. Santa's coming to town is gonna be Bridget.
Yes.
Brigham Valley coming
Yes.
down. It's gonna be a great time.
Is Parker Mechanical sponsoring it?
So Parker Mechanical is actually sponsoring her singing at the event.
Oh.
They're taking care of all the expenses
The
for that.
entertainment,
The
right.
entertainment part of that, and we appreciate them. That was like a last minute thing. We just decided to add to it, and I went over there, and Steven said right away, "Listen, man, we're of course, all the stuff that we do in the city of Poughkeepsie, Parker Mechanical, great place. You need to take your car to get it fixed. All my vehicles go over there now. I mean, because I know they're very trustworthy, and that's the biggest thing that people worry about. They send their wife or their daughter to a place, and I've seen countless Marist girls over there and stuff like that. Don't be looking at me like no, a lot of girls in there though.
Yeah,
But
I saw that.
no, but it's like you want a place that you can send your daughter to, right? Or your wife to without having to worry about, oh my God, I got to go down there. But I tell you see Angelo or Steve down there, or Amanda. I mean, they're all great. And the whole staff there, they're just really great people. And right next door to them is Jack with Northside Auto. So I mean, they can fix your car, they can do the auto body on your car, and then you can go down the street to the car wash. It's like that whole block, and all the buildings look beautiful. They're nicely decorated, really great people. And
You
you just fixed your car there.
Yeah, I did, and it came out beautiful. I got an inspection too. Oil change. Had some issues with the front brakes they spotted, which was good. And then got a nice set of tires on it.
Yeah,
It's running nice.
hooked it up.
Steve, you're my man.
There you go,
I
Steve.
appreciate that.
We love you, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow for coffee.
But I do have to tell you, the next show, based on all this fur that's flying around this place, I don't think we're going to be sitting in these seats. I think the ladies are going to be running the show.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be done.
Craig, this is no longer frankly speaking. This is women speaking.
Women speaking on Frankly
Men
Speaking.
speaking less. We can call it that.
I'm gonna start doing what Frank does. I'm gonna start talking as you talk.
The less they
We're
talk,
done.
the better.
So we got some great. Was there any more community news that you had for us?
I mean, we could talk a little bit about the Renegades facility how they're doing a light festival as well.
On the same night?
Oh my God.
No,
This is
but
funny.
We just went around. So I think it's called the Heritage Financial Park.
Where the
and it's
Renegades
play.
Right.
Their stadium. In their parking lot for the winter, they're doing some kind of drive-through thing where you can see all of the lighting.
They have a lot of lights. It's like a festival of lights
Yeah,
kind of thing.
festival,
It's
yeah.
a drive-through though.
Okay.
It's kind of
you
cool.
drive through. It's a lot. There's a ton
Do
of
you
different
go on
pathways.
what is it in the parking lot?
It's the whole parking lot, the
Yeah.
entire parking lot. It's really big.
And it really is beautiful. So we went over. We said, all right.
We were
let's
driving
just
by and we
check
saw it.
out.
Yeah.
That's because we know about the news. We're going to report it this week.
We're gonna talk about it.
So we went to go check it out.
I know there's
We
nobody
followed
really
it.
there, but there was one car that we saw go in, so we followed
Wait,
it.
So Frank follows the car in because we think it's open because they're going in. So we go in, we're following through. Then nobody's there to guide us. We start just driving through. There's not.
We realize
many
we're going the wrong way.
clear signs. Yeah, we're driving backwards on the other way. All the lights are facing the opposite way. So we're like, this kind of sucks. Like probably nobody should come. But then we get out.
Oh yeah, as we're pulling out, this guy is like looking at us, like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I don't know. We were trying to just check out the thing. He's like, "We're not open." I was like, "Well, nobody was here to tell us that." It was we followed a car. He goes, "Yeah, that was me. I
He's like,
work
yeah,
here."
you followed me in here.
And he's like, I had no lights on in my car, but I thought he shut them off so he can see the lights better. So I was like,
Right.
I tried to shut my lights off, but I didn't know how to turn them off. But he's staring, and the whole time he's just staring at me like with this stupid
Nobody
look on his
stopped
face.
us either. It was so weird.
I'm opening the door like, hey, how you doing? I was like, oh, this is cool, man. He goes, like, we're not open. I was like, oh, really? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Yes, yeah.
And he's like, well, didn't you see? I'm like, no, I didn't. I saw all the gates closed but one that you went
And
in,
it
and I
said
followed you in.
enter here.
And it did say enter. It did, right? So, but I think they're open now. I think they just opened, or they're
Yeah.
opening this week. But
Yeah.
anyway,
We should have known when he was like unpacking the power cords in the parking lot and like throwing it down the thing.
I know as we're driving over them, they're looking at us like they probably thought we were working there too. The
Yeah.
other workers, that was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I missed that place because of Rick Solzer, man. He was used to. He was the host of the Renegades, and that guy is amazing. I just saw him down at the Shadows the other day. That's when we went down to that. They had a real estate convention or something going on at Shadows, and he was down there. Rick Solzer. He was a great announcer, and he's doing some other great things now. He's traveling the world. I just
The
saw. it.
Zoles.
Yeah, right. He's been way back in the day, man. He's always been in the
yeah.
mix.
Yeah.
But so we have a couple great guests today.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about some pretty serious stuff, to be honest with you. Some stuff that I think we all could relate to in some way, maybe if not yourself, somebody that you know. And this is basically, it's going to be. I don't even know how to put it into words. How to really
I do. It's about sexual abuse of from family members.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it sounds like you got to tiptoe around it, but the fact is, the two women who are coming in, one younger and one a mom of the younger, are excuse me, are pretty wide open on being able to talk about this. So I think that I think it's going to be a great opportunity to raise some awareness.
And I have to say something when I see clients, I've had many clients. 99% of them have experienced sexual abuse as a kid. 99% of the clients that come
That's
to me,
crazy.
healing client, I do healings, I do energy healing, spiritual healing, and 99%, I would say, men and women.
99% of your
My own
clients.
Yeah. So it's not uncommon, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately.
Wow. Yeah. Well, so these two ladies, as a mother and a daughter, they speak freely about what happened, and we invited them on the show because they opened up a nonprofit for awareness for what's happening. And I will tell you, I am so I don't want to talk too much about it till we get them on here. So, Bridget, if you want to bring them out, Monica, you want to come on this side? So the two people I'm introducing is Deb and Alex. Deb is the mother, and Alex is the daughter.
Right.
They're going to come on and talk about this. And so I just recently met them. They came and volunteered for our Thanksgiving event. We were over at the Underwear Factory on Hey, how are you? How's it going?
Come
Have a
on
seat,
in.
Deb. And Alex, yeah, come on in. Yeah, there's a phone there. That's
Is
Bridget's
Bridget
actually.
leaving for good?
Yeah, she's gonna
Bye,
take care
Bridget.
of the baby. And,
All right.
And we're gonna sit here with us and Monica. Okay, good. And so yeah, these two young ladies, I'll say mother and daughter, they we were talking about. They had these shirts on at the Thanksgiving, and I just asked what it was about. Oh, she's got it now. And what are they? Just here, put these headphones on where you can hear a little better. So what does this say? Your logo here.
The Silent No More.
Here, come on up a little bit closer.
Move that
here.
over
you go.
there.
Perfect.
You move that over there.
So Silent No More. So tell us, what is Silent No More? What is this? Why did you create this? Or here, let's start slower than that. No, okay. Tell us about what this is.
Okay.
What Silent No More is about.
So Silent No More is a foundation that my daughter and I created back in November of 2024. And
Recently, then, okay.
yes. And we created it to help bring awareness to child sexual abuse.
Okay.
It's something that is a lot more common than people realize. There's, statistically speaking, that's like 1 in 4 children are sexually molested by the time they're
Which is a
18.
ridiculous number.
Yes.
Ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. These kids out here. I mean, like, I'm cringing, like, thinking about that. And I mean, so one in 4. So you created this as to bring awareness
Yes.
to this topic, right?
Yes. And out of those children that are molested, there's only about 1 in 7 that actually report the abuse. So, there's only 1 in 7 that report, which means all these other kids are being quiet, so that when one child does speak up, we really need to listen as a society. It's just really important that, we're protecting our kids.
Yeah. What's that? You said, oh, the screen. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's not. Well, the camera's on us. Yeah. I think we're on the.
No, she's good.
She's
you
good.
can't look at
Oh,
that.
that's the
You
behind.
cannot
Okay.
look at that.
Right. Sorry.
That's like looking into the past. Back to the future.
So, they briefly told me about what had happened to you, and or you basically told me, and so did you. We talked about it, and I got to tell you, I was so impressed because you always hear how these things are happening, but you don't hear about it. Right. So it's like, and then when you do, it's almost like, I was always told that it's almost like the victim is a victim twice. When it happens to them and then they got to explain the story, what happened to them, you have to relive it. Right. And I can imagine how difficult that can be. I've never experienced it myself. I have seen people, and I know a lot of people who've experienced it, including my own mother. And I seen what it did to her. It turned her into an alcoholic at a very young age, which ended up killing her. And it affected every bit of her life, where she lost jobs. We were constantly moving, and you don't understand as a child, but I didn't understand until I was in my 30s when I had a conversation with her. She told me what happened to her, and I was so angry about this and how, like, she had no one to talk to. She tried telling her parents, and nobody wanted to hear it.
And that is definitely part of the problem, is that as adults, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to believe that this actually goes on. It's basically, we're trying to protect ourselves, trying to protect our families by denying the fact that this is actually out there. And that also leads to part of the problem in the criminal justice system, because when you're trying to go through a criminal court, when you have a jury full of adults and a child standing there saying that I was sexually molested, people automatically look at a child and say, and they're like, I don't want to believe this. And now there's reasonable doubt.
That's what I think might be another big problem, is like, if something happens to your child and you don't even want to accept the fact that something like that can happen in your care. Like, now all of a sudden you feel like, what? And you're like, no, that can't be. I didn't let that happen.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right.
So do you want to tell us what happened? Do you want to tell us what happened? Because we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, well,
But
we can guide them into it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you tell me.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay,
here, you know
so
what I'm going to do?
there's-
No, because I know it's a little, because of the setting and
Well,
everything.
there's
but-
two stories here.
Okay.
So let's go. Let's let you
basically,
talk.
I am also an adult survivor of child sexual molestation. I was about 8 years old when it happened to me. I never told anybody. I didn't tell my friends. I didn't tell my family. I didn't tell anybody. And I think one of the reasons why a lot of kids don't tell is because they're so scared of what the family ramifications are going to be.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
They
you
don't
go
want
to
to
your
tear their family apart.
that is exactly it. That's exactly it. Because if you go to your mom and you're like, hey, this is what's going on, you know, your boyfriend, your husband is sexually molesting me. Now, is she going to believe you, or is she going to believe her spouse or significant other? So now you've automatically torn the family. And as a child, when you're only 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, that's a huge amount of responsibility. So a lot of kids don't tell because, you know, most sexual abuse does happen within the household. It is not, I mean, not saying that it doesn't happen in schools, in churches, in, you know, club activities, sports activities, things like that. We know that it does. But I believe it's like 48% of child molestation happens actually within the home from a caregiver.
Which is pretty high.
Which is very high. And the other problem that happens with when it happens in that kind of a situation, it's usually a very long-term thing. For me personally, I know that I was around 8 when it started, and I know that it ended when we moved out of his house. So I was probably, I don't know, 12, 13 by the time it ended.
Now, did you tell?
I never told.
Oh, you never told. Okay.
I
you
never
didn't.
told.
So when you moved out, what your parents separated, or it was your
Yes.
okay?
Yeah, it was my mom's live-in boyfriend.
Okay.
So when they separated, that was the end of it. So it was, you know, like it was done. Time to move on. But I mean, that has, as you said with your mother, it stays with you your entire life. I mean, there are full sections of my childhood that I don't even remember. And that also leads to problems. There's something called dissociation, which is a mental condition which is caused from long-term trauma. And basically, it makes it very hard for you to relay, you know, effectively timeframes, because when you've gone through something repeated, you know, that long-term trauma, it's it causes you to kind of walk away from yourself, so that you know, you don't want to be present in the moment. You don't want to, you know, live through what's actually happening to you. So basically, it's your mind trying to protect itself. So it just kind of closes
Creates
that
another
out.
compartment in your brain.
That is that
just
is
stores it
So you don't have
exactly.
to deal with that trauma. The body is a miraculous thing to do that for you. But then
Yes.
at a certain time,
And
there's a breaking point.
And that is a very big problem. And again, going back to like actual trying to press criminal charges, that kind of a thing. Police, DAs, they want to know times and dates, times and dates,
What
times and
And then you
Happens
have
when
to
it
relive that
happens.
whole thing, right?
Yeah, and even sometimes, you know, they push for it so hard, but the more they push for it, you know, the less you can remember. And especially with dissociation, you can't remember dates and
Recall,
times and
right.
what happened. Yeah, because it's also, you know, you put it into a category and you push it away, and trying to take out each individual file is like crazy.
So the real reason why I was so eager to get you on this show was because when we talked and your daughter starts talking to me, and she's like, yeah, I want, you know, you were open to talk about what happened to you, which I was so impressed. And at first I was a little reserved and I was a little kind of concerned about it, thinking about it. But then I said, you know what? This is the problem. We're all afraid of our own shadows. We need to start talking and communicating. This is why we're even here, right? So what better thing to talk about than something like this that is affecting all of these people out here, but everyone's scared to death to talk about it.
Gotta rip the scab off.
You gotta pull the Band-Aid off and deal with it, because if we don't talk about it, we're never gonna fix this problem. And it's just gonna be going behind closed doors and closed doors and closed doors, and no one's gonna want to address it because nobody wants, you know, everybody's afraid. Everyone's afraid, and they don't want to be the one out there talking about this because probably it might have happened to them, somebody they know. It's so common, it's ridiculous.
Very common.
And
It's very common.
generational for sure.
Absolutely.
And now here it is, you're telling me this happened to you.
Yep.
And then it actually happened to you.
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Do you? Go ahead.
He used my experience.
So you told him what happened,
Yeah.
and then he did that,
Gotcha.
knowing.
Yep.
So here it is. You're confiding in this man, telling him your deepest,
Because
darkest
I have baggage.
fears, and then he
He
in
used it.
turn used that. That's a sick individual.
Yes.
That is a sick individual. That's a sick man. And well, the first thing I want to ask you is what happened to you as a child. So you said you never talked about it to authorities or anything like that. So you just
Never.
So when you started talking about it was when you heard what, like,
She confessed to me in September of 2024 what was happening with her, and as soon as she said it, I told her, I was like, "Look, I believe you. I know you're telling the truth."
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I am sorry. Wow, that's just
Did you have any inkling before? Were there any telltale signs that you spotted?
You know what? Yes, there were telltale signs. And unfortunately, we've had some other trauma in our lives, but yes, she definitely exhibited signs. She anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts. She would wear dark, baggy clothes. She tried to hide. When she was in elementary school, she was like a social butterfly. She was the one that always got in trouble in class for talking. You know, and then all of a sudden she just got quieter and quieter. And it was in the middle school years when, you know, hormones are coming through. And, you know, so it's, you know, like all of those things put together. And I'm like, okay, she's having a hard time adjusting.
It seemed normal, right?
It did. And, you know, she was seeing a therapist regularly, and she also saw a psychiatrist, and they diagnosed her with the dissociation, and she also has ADHD, which, you know, that makes it more fun.
Well, what came first, though, right? You think about that?
Yeah. I mean, definitely the anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, you know, all those things are definitely, you know, wrapped into the long-term trauma. And, you know, she was holding on to it. You know, she was not.
I would like to ask Alex, were you put in a position where you were told not to say anything, or was it just more of an issue of trust was broken and you were flat out just in disbelief?
No, he told me not to tell anybody. You know, he guilt tripped me and said, you know, that he would get in trouble and that we didn't want that and that the family might break up. And, you know, he played all over my emotions to try to get me to not say anything.
all the things you told him that you thought. So he played. That is an evil man.
I told him that I never told my mother because I knew that it would break her heart.
And so that's what he play. He tells you.
So he believed
So
I
you
wouldn't
put it
say
into
anything.
your head as an 11-year-old, and knowing that most 11-year-old would believe that. Of course, I mean, like, what 11-year-old wants their family to break up or their mom to be sad? You know, especially when it's not even your biological father, and you're like, you want your mom to be happy and have a great life. You're like, of course, who doesn't want that? You know.
And you know, we have
It happened from when I was about in like 5th or 6th grade up until like 8th grade, I think.
it was the beginning of 9th grade when.
Well,
you
what
told
grade are
me.
you in now? Just so I have a perspective.
I'm a sophomore now.
Sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it happened for about 3 years.
Okay,
Yeah, like 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
got it. And yeah, because I got it. I've been in that situation. It was not a family member, and so I was molested when I was a kid, and so you know,
So sorry.
And my only way of dealing with that is was more to treat it as if it was like a comedy, because there's no way. I don't think that I don't think it's. Man, I keep putting my foot in my mouth because I try and tell myself that it's not as serious because it wasn't a family member. But I think that's, again, just me denying the fact that I had some trauma that I remember. I remember that I don't remember a lot of things. And I also,
Completely understand what you're saying.
I've had a rocky life in a lot of ways. And I think there's a couple of other things that are extenuating factors in it. And I don't like excuses. I try to do what I can. But I think that some of the train wrecks are because of the inability to deal. So
Absolutely.
when you
Affects
were
you in the long run.
right, so when you're in this situation, how did you find yourself? Because it must have been. I'm sure that every day was. You don't know what's coming the next. Yeah. So at least I mean, my thing was not having any. Like I couldn't go to anybody. I was totally embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
And then I also felt like I had been abandoned because of the fact that they couldn't save me. They weren't there. Even though they were not too far, but they were too far away. And so when you get to the point where you're getting closer to, I'll say the end of the timing. What did you do at that point did you just come to the point where you had enough, if that's even a good way to put it?
Well,
or did he get caught? I mean, how do we all go down to the final moments where you end up getting to the point where you're ready to say this is just crazy?
Sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
So she like never looks through my phone. She respects my privacy. I mean, not that I have anything to hide, but so she kind of like, I don't know, like what?
Basically, I don't know, some kind of intuition-y thing 3 years later. But I went through her phone and she had been texting with a friend and had said some things that sounded like he was being inappropriate with her. And so I made the timing, made everything so that it was just she and I, and we went up and we were picking raspberries, and so I just started the conversation like, hey, has anyone ever touched you inappropriately? And she was like, no. And I said, so, if I went through your phone and, I wouldn't see anything in there saying anything about anybody touching you inappropriate. And she was like, no, I would tell you. And then I was like, so I went in your phone. And then she just broke down and started crying and everything came out. And
I realized that, like there's no point in lying anymore.
This is it.
I mean, I'm protecting.
This is it.
I'm protecting a monster, and I shouldn't have to be especially from my mom. Someone I grew up with, and who's always been there for me, and I didn't.
That became a release for you at that point, and I'm coming
I
clean.
guess the rubber band just kind of broke. So thank you.
Yeah. And it's crazy because ever since then, and she and I have been going through a lot of therapy. And it is a very common trauma response. She and I never lie. We never, I can't even tell a white lie. Like, it's ridiculous.
Alex, did you do your homework? No. I can't even do that.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever it is, it all comes out because, and from what my therapist has told me, is that because you hold on to a lie for so long, that when you finally let it go, you're just like, no more secrets, no more lies. You
don't
can't
feel the
do
need
it.
to anymore.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Yes.
So the question I have, Alex, is so the very first time, afterwards, did you want to tell your mother? Did you want to tell someone? Or did you didn't know what happened? Like, I'm just trying to, like, I want to make other people understand. So, like, if it does happen to them, and they hear this, that they're like, hey, you know what? I'm not the only one that this happened to. You know, like there's other people out there, and like I know what I need to do to put the process. Because I will tell you, even if they don't believe you, maybe they'll stop doing it if it gets out there, right? Maybe, I mean, maybe not, but I'm just saying is like, if you went and reported and your mom didn't believe you or the police didn't believe you, but maybe now he's like, you know what, let me cut this out so I don't get caught again. And I'm not saying like, I don't know what to do. I just want to like basically let people know though that they're not alone, obviously. And I mean, I didn't know that story about you, Frank. I'm sorry.
I don't talk about those things every day.
It's not like dinner,
No,
Sunday.
hey, oh, by the way, I need to tell you a little bit about what happened to me when I was 7 years old.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, like when you're good friends or family or something like that, we got to be able to get this off our chest, because just from the moment I met you, right here you are, this young girl, this vibrant family, they're coming in doing all this stuff. I'm like, man, what's the deal with these two? And then I see the shirts and all this stuff. I'm like, and then I see the energy you have, and it seems like this is more of the real you than you were, right?
Yeah,
so you feel relieved. I'm
So
taking
relieved.
it. Like it's like even
Like
though
a weight
you've
off
had
your
this
shoulders.
traumatic trauma thing, you are a great example of what someone can become after such a horrible act, because that's the hardest part, right? How do you live on past something like that? Like I said, it's basically killed my mother, and I just think that I'm like, it's inspirational to me knowing that I'm like, man, if she's been through this, what am I complaining about in life? What the hell? And I mean, like, honestly, it pushed me. I went out, we were plowing the other day. I'm like, I can't be complaining about this. It's only 14 hours. I can deal with this. No, but and so my whole thing was like, as far as, so did you guys you went to the police?
We did.
Yeah, we went to police, we went to CPS, lots of.
And so, okay, so when you went to the police, they asked you for a statement. What happened? Well, oh, it's all right. I don't want to get you cut. So maybe, do you remember what happened?
Yeah.
I don't want to put you on the spotlight, and I know that it's different with all this, the TVs and lights and all. I get it. It's a little. It's all right. It's okay. I get it.
I do want to say that we went to the CPCA in Poughkeepsie, and they were amazing. The people there, their staff are, they are trauma informed. They are incredible. They have a dog there named Peace, who is great.
Adorable.
See, now ask her about Peace.
That's
She can
awesome.
tell you
I'll tell you a lot
everything
about
about
Peace.
Yeah.
So they're fantastic. We've also done a lot of work with family services in Poughkeepsie. I have a DV advocate that goes with me to divorce court every time I have court, and their program is great. We both did trauma therapy through the family services. They're fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So there are some really, really great organizations in the community, and more people need to know about them. More people need to use them. As the advocates and the therapy program. I mean, just call these people because they are there to help.
And how were you told about them? How did you find them?
Well, because so basically what happened, Alex disclosed everything to me, and that was on a Sunday. We left our home and stayed at a friend's house, and then on Monday she went to school, and apparently once the floodgates are open, she went to the
I went
guidance.
to my counselors and I told her.
Yes. Yeah. So the school guidance counselors are mandated reporters. So they reported to CPS, which is how CPS and, the CPCA got involved. And then Monday night, she had a therapy appointment. And she disclosed to Cody as well.
Who's Cody?
That's her longtime therapist.
Oh,
that
therapist,
she's
okay.
been talking
He's also
to.
You had to leave your home
We had to leave our home
Yes.
he was still there.
because yes, and
didn't
don't
wanna
even-
leave.
This is like
here
the
we go.
tip of the iceberg because
Yeah.
after all of this, now we're talking to police, we're talking to CPS, we're going to family court. You need law advice, especially if this has happened in your own home, because now you need an order of protection. I have met some really, really great people in the justice system
And some very
and some not so great people.
not trauma informed, not really, you know, they
Yes.
just see you as like kind of like a list, you know, a check marks a spot to like
Yeah.
just get it
Like
over with.
what you don't have to say the person, but what organization made you feel that way?
Was it
Was it CPS? Was it the police, the lawyers?
It was certain people in different organizations were
Oh,
a
okay.
lot less.
All right.
like,
Yes.
yeah.
Like CPS, was that one of them?
One of the police officers that I was talking to was very pushy, you know, not very.
Was it a man or a
trauma-informed.
woman?
I believe it was a man. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly don't even.
So when you're saying pushy, like pushy what? Like asking you detailed questions or like trying to
Yeah.
guide you in a certain way or
He was very, you know, like, well, you know, I need dates and times and I need what happened, and you know, like when I couldn't produce it, he just kept pushing because, you know, everything was
Yeah.
still open and it was like rubbing salt in a wound because
Yeah.
I was scared, you know, in this new place, and I'm talking about something I only ever told my mom, like part of it, and you know, they just kept pushing for answers, and when I couldn't give any, they were like, yeah, well, we still need it. And
So what advice would you give a police officer if he was to confront someone like you? What would make that interaction better? Like what if he was more like say kinder or gentler or not as pushy? I mean, like the dates and time things, I got to tell you is like that you say that. I couldn't tell you. I mean, sometimes I can remember exactly when something happens, but 99% of the stuff that I do, I'm like, I don't know. That was like 11 o'clock. I couldn't even tell you. It was like, might have been yesterday, I think. I'm like, how can somebody, especially that traumatic, like you're not, oh, let me see what time it is. Hold on a second. Let me check. You know, that's almost like a crazy question. I get it. It should be like more of like maybe, hey, do you remember what time of day? Was it in the morning? Was it in the
Yes.
afternoon? Was it the evening? And then maybe a little bit more. Do you happen to know? Was it maybe before you ate breakfast? I mean, I always thought I should have been a cop because I kind of like know what questions to ask sometimes, especially when I'm trying to get the truth out of somebody. I'll ask them all the questions around it. So by the time we get to it, they can't lie because I already know the answer, and they know that I know the answer. So it's like a little tricky thing. But I think that so if he was a little bit, I'd say more. Gentle, I think would be a good word.
definitely a lot less direct, you know, a little more understanding, you know, that I'm terrified and I'm
I
a
missed.
teenage girl.
I missed. Where were you? Where were you in that process? As far as was this right after you had come clean and that you were? So I mean,
Yes.
you, even though this has been going on a long time, it's like you're this is the first time you're being confronted, and now it's like being thrown to the wolves. Like the
Yeah.
paparazzi are shooting a bunch of pictures at you, and here you are, left out naked on the, you know.
Something
Basically.
you've been trying to hide for a really long time, and all of a sudden they're like digging up dirt on it. It's
Right.
terrifying.
Right. So and then it doesn't pay to have somebody in that position that's, you know, prying when you already are open and vulnerable because of everything that's already happened to you. Your privacy has been already violated, and you're stuck in a position where you don't. Yeah, be a little bit more kind because I've already been at the level that you're at.
Yeah, exactly, and dealt with it. And that just frustrates me because I know, look, we're all people, right? These guys, they're just the difference between you and them is they have the badge, they have the degree, they have whatever they have, and I'm sure they see case after case after case, and it could be repetitive. But I do want to say this to any of you CPS workers, DSS worker, any kind of service worker out there, police officers. I really think we should all sometimes take a step back and just treat it like if I saw you and I'm a police officer, I want to treat you like, how would I treat my daughter now
Right.
if this
That's
is
exactly
happening?
how you
You know,
should.
how would I treat my mother? How would I
See 'em
treat
as
my
a family
brother,
member.
my sister? And I'm not telling anyone how to do their job. I'm just telling you how to be a great human being as far as doing your job. Because I think, how great would it be if we knew that when you send her into that room, that the police officer is being good because they probably had to talk to her alone, I assume, right?
Yes, I was not there.
Yeah. So it's like, how much better would you feel I mean, I would feel better if I knew that the officers were trained on that, you know, like, and I get it. There's so much training as there is and stuff and this and that. But I just think that these are the most important things in this world, because if it's happening at this rate that we're talking about, these numbers, that means that there's more people going to be reporting it. This has been reported a lot, and it's probably just pushed under the rug because you don't see that. I mean, they just had this karate studio not too long ago here where this guy, you know, I think he just got sentenced too, right?
Yep.
I think I don't know the details on all that stuff, but I just remember hearing about that, and I was like, I mean, me personally, I might have lost my mind. I'm like, I'm glad that I didn't know you when it first came out, because if you would have came and volunteered and that would have happened, and I found out, I wouldn't be here right here on this podcast. Because
It would only be Frank speaking.
It would be Frank speaking, and that's it. No, and just because the bottom line is like, it's almost, to me, it's worse than murder, right?
Yeah.
If he killed you,
You kill the innocence. It's
You-
not just the person.
that's
It's
it.
everything.
Right.
man, it's like you're so. How old are you now?
I'm 15. I'm going on 16 in March.
Ladies and gentlemen, 15 years old. Just think about that. She's 15 years old on here talking about these dramatic things.
And she's all together about it.
All together. I mean, like, really on top of yourself, and I love that for you. And you know what? I'm hoping. I always tell people when we do all this stuff, giving out food and presents. Some people are like, "Oh, don't you think people are taking advantage?" Blah blah blah. I said, I tell you what. If I had a family member in a refugee camp, and they're starving, and there's 1,000 of them, and I had to put so much food in that refugee camp just to make sure that my one family member got food, would I do it? Yeah, I do it. So if I got to give presents to 1,000 kids in order to get that one kid that is like, really is like, it's going to change or inspire this kid's life, it was all worth it. It was all worth it. Because I look at it like, I'm that kid. I got those hand-me-downs, and I got that free food. I had the cheese in my refrigerator, and here I am. Now look, how many people can I help? How many people can I affect and like change their lives? And I'm like, so I know throughout my lifetime there's gonna be a kid. I'm hoping more than one kid that's gonna change their entire life because of something I helped influence in them. I think that's the most amazing. And you are going to influence. I'm telling you right now, you're going to influence so many people and I'm going to tell you, it's as hard as it's going to be. You got to speak up, right? Look how relieved you are right now. I can feel your energy.
I have to apologize. I said you're all together. I don't know that you are, and I think that was very short-sighted, because you come across like you're all together, and you're also very well spoken. So, and that kudos to you on that. But I mean, I know there's pain involved in this whole situation. So, yeah, and I mean, I guess I'm probably the most qualified at the table to speak about it, from that perspective. But at the same time, I respect that, you still have to deal with the fact that you got to wake up in the morning. You have to look yourself in the mirror and say, this is another day. I found that I don't know how certain people. I think everybody deals with it in a little different way, is what I'm saying.
100%.
Right?
Definitely.
Everybody has their own coping
And
mechanisms.
I'm sure there's some
Some
people
bad.
out there who go toward a more suicidal place. And I mean, and you don't know, like, from the perspective, if things didn't, it's funny because you're talking about the fact that I thought you're going to get to a certain point in this and somebody's going to find out, right? And then that's when things might start to change. Now, if you didn't pry a little bit, did you feel that prior to you finding out that there were moments where you thought things were a little, I think you said yes, but skewed, but then you kind of just looked at it and went, nah.
Knowing the truth now, I can definitely look back in hindsight and go like, oh my God, why?
Oh,
why
right.
didn't,
I
it's like,
not
I
see it?
saw this, and I saw this, but you don't take them and add them all together.
Right. And
They're all individual
Plus,
cases.
he was very manipulative. He tried to pry us apart many, many times. So, and
Oh, so if you two are arguing, then there's no conversation. Then it becomes your best friend and your best friend.
Yes.
Oh, very. Very well.
Highly manipulative.
That's
Very
that's
What was the name of the movie with the I See Dead Men? What was the name of that movie?
Oh, Sixth Sense?
Yeah, and the
Sixth
fact that after the fact, when you go back through it, and they showed kind of that
Yes.
montage at the end, and then all of a sudden you're
Yes.
like, "Oh my God, how did I miss that?"
That's
How did I miss
exactly.
that?
That's a very good.
So
yes,
bring that
that's
up when
exactly
like you can
what
add
it
that
feels
into
like.
your because that's the thing that I've seen as far as when such situations happen that you look back and you go, "Oh my God, where the hell was I during that period of time?"
Well, I think sometimes also that you,
Stone door
if you
opening.
realize certain things, what?
No, it sounded like a door opening. The stone door.
So
It was like,
sometimes you don't want to project what you've experienced, right? And think that,
Yes.
okay, am I projecting this? Am I really seeing what's happening, right?
Because of my own situation.
That's a very good point.
I'm
Yes.
making that up because of my own instance,
Because
right?
yes, am I being hypersensitive? Am
Right.
I,
Right.
and yes, because when you live with long-term trauma, yeah, exactly, you become very paranoid, and then you talk yourself out of things that you really shouldn't, and finding that balance is just so important.
Right.
You two had never talked about your situation prior.
No. I mean, I always talked to her when she was little, and now again with the hindsight, going back and thinking about it, I probably didn't have the inappropriate touch conversations since she was probably about 8 or 9, and then just things I don't know. But when she was in elementary school, all the time, it's like, and I think it's more so when your kids are little, especially when they're really little, because you're changing diapers and doing stuff like that. And so you're like, okay, nobody ever touches you, where your diaper is. No one. So it's like there's so many opportunities to have those conversations. But as they get older and they're getting themselves dressed and they're showering by themselves, they don't need that help. And as you're not helping them with those intimate details of their life, you don't think to have those intimate conversations anymore.
so you would suggest keep doing it, keep talking
Yes.
about that,
Yes.
even to 7, 8,
Oh
9,
my God.
10. Like, and actually, I'm glad. I'm so glad you said, because I have a daughter now, and like I have older daughters as well. I mean, but it was a little different situation. But and thank God. I mean, I don't even know. Something could have happened that I haven't. They probably would never tell me because I would start knocking buildings down. I don't know what I don't even want to say what I would do.
Don't tell.
Well, this is
Well,
not,
welcome to Frank speaking.
But I just, man, I forgot what I was even saying. Right
Yeah, and as funny as what I'm saying, it's not that funny because it's I don't think it's very obvious where the rage would come from, and in this day and age, it's so cool to see people talk about trying to oh, you lost your cool. It's like, yo, I lost my cool. Of course, I lost my cool.
These are the triggers I was talking about earlier.
But the society itself wants people to have this professionalism about them,
Yes.
even under the most
the crazy
absurd
situations.
like some of the things that are going on in other countries today, that you look at it and you go, how can this be going on at the same time that we're actually we're going to go break bread together, but there's other people who are in destitution and being taken out. I said it. Because I said that, talk to
Don't
them
take
about
out
it before.
earlier. He said don't.
That,
don't say
but
take
I
out.
mean, I'm not going to say who or what, but the thing is,
The
when you-
injustices, that's what
the
you're
injustices are crazy.
It is.
And they want you to be somehow professional in that whole process, but yet we're all human. And when you get down to the singular level, or you're talking about a familial level, you've got real. They want us to try and get further away from feeling ourselves and having feelings for other people. And that's really sad, because that's why we're human.
That's what makes us human. That's
Right.
what brings
Exactly.
society
And
together.
it really is sad. Yeah.
So what is? So you went to the police. Were any charges pressed against this guy?
He was never brought in for questioning. He was never charged with
He was
anything.
never searched. His house, his phone, electronic device, nothing.
They didn't
Absolutely
take
nothing.
any of your. Did you ever have any? Did he message you at all?
No.
Oh, he
If
never
he did,
messaged
I
you.
didn't see it. Blocked him.
So-
deleted. Yeah.
So he was never.
Never questioned, never arrested.
Nothing was done.
And why did they say that was the case?
So basically, and I've done a lot on this, and I would like to definitely say at this point that I have met with the DA's office and I have spoke with them about
Which DA's office?
the Dutchess DA's office.
Right. So right on Market Street.
Yes. Yes.
So-
And
okay.
I've met with them a couple of times and to talk about our case and not even just our case, but the problem in general. And, the police, the DA, they all believe us. They all know that we're telling the truth. The problem is that in a criminal case, you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. Sexual abuse cases are one of the hardest things to prove because, number one, especially.
Dates, times, when it happened, what happened.
Right.
All needs to be crystal clear.
Right. So she has to say
Yeah.
she has to
There's
say
no maybes.
dates and times with certainty. She can't say, "Oh, I think," or "Oh, it was probably," or "Oh, this is usually the way it happened." There has to be specific dates and times. So there's that problem. The other problem is that there's very rarely any evidence. People watch CSI, they watch all these forensic, TV shows.
They know what to get rid of.
People think, juries think that if there's no DNA evidence, that there's no case. And that's not the case because in child molestation cases, there is hardly ever DNA evidence. And if there is DNA evidence and it's something that occurred in your own home, you can explain away any DNA evidence that's there. So unless there are pictures or video or you
It's
really,
his word against hers.
It
That's
comes down
basically what
to
It's a
He
grown
said,
man
she said,
against a child, basically.
right. And, along those lines, they also don't allow character witnesses. That is something you just see in the movies.
You know what? I think honestly, you just gave me a great idea. They should start do a civil case against them.
And that is the next
what I was just gonna
step.
ask you.
See, the thing is
Because then you at least, you know what? Even if nothing happens, if it's not guilt, whatever it is, you at least put them out there like guilty. I'm just so sick of this crap, man.
problem is civil case, you need a lawyer that is willing to push a civil case. Find a lawyer that's willing to do a civil case where there isn't any money involved. The first thing when you contact a civil lawyer and you say, I have a personal injury case about a child molestation, they say, is it a school? Is it a church? Is it an organization? You say, no, no, and no. They go, well, is it an individual? You say, yes. They go, I'm sorry, I can't help you.
I know somebody that did help somebody.
I
Same
am-
situation.
Did they?
I can give you the name.
I will
Well, if there's any
take the
lawyers out there
information.
Off the air.
that would like to do a one of those pro bono things, I think
And
they
she
call that,
did.
right? I would tell you, it's like I would love to be a part of this, and I would help. I'd help cover it. I'll promote your business. I will. I'll do it on every show. I will promote their office. All right, if they took that case and did it for you, because there's got to be something. I mean, I cannot believe that something like this can happen in this country, and people just walk around like nothing happened, and don't even like. How is this even I'm so aggravated that it's like this is why people take the law into their own hands.
And this is exactly why people take the law into their own hands.
And I want to ask you, Alex, because this is news. This is like late breaking news. How do you? Is that a big thing to have to cope with? Is that there's no culpability, or is it something that you can get? Is this part of therapy?
Big part
Because
of
that's
therapy.
that to me is a very tough.
Having to cope with all the anger and disbelief and everything.
I would think so.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you just want to throw stuff, to be honest, and
No
Yeah.
justice. No justice.
no justice. Just
I'm asking and I got a lot of friends out there. If you know a lawyer or an attorney that would be willing to help these people, I mean, I said I'll follow it, I'll promote them, I'll do all of that because that is just not right, man. And I mean, I'm sure there's thousands, if not millions, of cases similar, if not worse. And I wish I can help them all, but the fact that it's like you two ladies showed up to volunteering, helping other people when you're going through this yourself, that's pretty impressive. And I think it is actually a good therapy though, doing things like that, right? You felt good. Yeah. So you guys enjoyed doing it, right?
Yes.
Oh, we loved it.
Yeah.
Best Thanksgiving we've honestly ever had.
Yes, best 2 Thanksgivings ever.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that was really good. You were at the underwear factory, right? Yeah, that's awesome, man. And it is therapy. I tell people all the time, I'm like, yeah, come on, just it's especially if you have say if you lost everyone in your family. Like if I didn't have all this extended family or great friends, I would be alone on Thanksgiving. I lost my mother, my father, and my sister, all of them, and then I just lost my brother. So I'm like, I'd have no,
That's why I came to your place.
yeah. Frank came. Yeah, he came and
I got nothing.
Monica too.
I got Monica, and that's it. And my son's out down in some other state.
But that's what
in the
it is.
wormhole.
And
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I just want to ask, what does your foundation do?
Yeah, that's exactly what I
Yeah,
was
sorry,
doing.
we were getting off topic. Yeah.
Because I'm
In the process of what you got going on, that's exactly where I was
sure
going.
it's kind of like a
It's in
force.
the very beginning stages. Like I said, we just started the foundation in November. Yeah, November. It might have been December of 2024. We're still accumulating information, trying to raise funds.
Soaking everything up like a sponge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
But
a process.
spending a lot of time trying to talk with people like the DA's office. I've sent a lot of letters to different legislators, to senators, and pretty much every single elected official within New York has received a letter from me about our situation and about child molestation in general and how we can change the system, because the justice of it is there just isn't any.
it's broken.
It's very very broken. It's very broken. And then the other part of the problem is, again, like within the home, when this happens within the home, is it really just completely blows up the household. So now you're trying to bring a criminal case against someone. You are trying to get an order of protection.
You were homeless.
You're homeless
Your case.
and until you get an order of protection, you are homeless. And now go through, I don't know if anyone is going to family court. Go through family court in Poughkeepsie and tell them that you want an order of protection. They try to shove, and we ended up with an ACD shoved down our throats. Okay, ACD is a temporary order of protection. It lasts for 1 year. At the end of the year, if he's a good little boy, it is expunged from his records like it never existed. And it
I was
was
told
forced upon me.
I was told only if they were arrested as a criminal, arrested for something, I can get a court order, order of protection on somebody that was threatening my life.
It is not easy to get an order of protection. They do not take it seriously. They don't. And it is with the way domestic violence is, it's disgusting. It's like it happens behind closed doors, so we don't want to know about it. If what happened behind closed doors, if these domestic violence cases, sexual abuse, physical abuse, if these things happened on the streets, these people would all be in jail. Okay, but because they happen behind closed doors, everyone is like, well, that's happened in your house. That's your business.
So you're saying that the armchair quarterbacks out there that are saying, just get an order of protection. It's not that easy.
It is not that easy.
It
is not that easy.
Wow.
Okay, so, and now, because we're married, going through the divorce process, now I have to pay for a divorce lawyer. I have a house that I am in the process of losing because my order of protection ends in February. The whole thing is very overwhelming. I'm losing my business because we own the business together. These things, they destroy your life. And he has more financial backing than I do. because that is very commonly the way that domestic violence cases go. It's about control, it's about manipulation. Financial control is definitely a big part of it. So, trying to fight for all these things that are right, it's expensive.
While mourning all of that.
Yes. And trying to be a good mom.
Strong for, right.
Do you have a website or an email or something like that?
I have, we have the Silent No More. It's silentnomorechildabuse.com is the website. And
Can they reach you if they get onto that website?
there is an email address that
Okay.
is associated with the site.
Do you know
is-
the email address?
The email address is silentnomorechildabuse@gmail.com.
So if you could play that back, this is up going to be on YouTube and whatnot. But I want you to if you are an attorney out there, I'm going to push for this for you or maybe you even want to sponsor and get her an attorney and take care of it, because something like this is you know, I don't know. I just don't think it's right that somebody, this is insane to me that he wasn't at least
This is
arrested.
common. That's the problem. This is common.
I'm just going to tell you, I was arrested just because someone said that I grabbed him, let alone. What?
I'm talking to Alex.
Oh, sorry. They said that I grabbed him, and here it is. This is.
I'm sorry.
Is that right?
Is that correct?
I think so.
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Silent-
silentnomorechildabuse.com. Yes, that's the
Sorry.
website.
Okay, all right.
I want to make sure
I didn't
this
know what you were
gets up
talking to.
there.
Sorry. No, that's good. No, because we want to make sure that they have a
Yes.
way to get a hold of you. If they go back to the comments, they can get a
Yes.
hold of you through that. Because like I said, I'd love for somebody to try to help with that. I mean, that would be an amazing thing, because it's just. I grabbed, or they said that I grabbed somebody, and I was I was arrested almost like they came at me like I thought the SWAT team was going to take me down.
Were you in public?
No.
Were there other people around?
Yeah. Oh, because of that. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, there were, but they didn't ask any of those other people what actually happened. They just asked the one person. I was like, there's 3 other people, just ask them what happened. And this would have stopped everything. But thank God I got some really good friends and attorneys and stuff like that. But not everybody has that access, know. And that's what we need to fix. It shouldn't be that. Why do we need to get an attorney to do that? I would even, I'd be as petty as to go file a small claims lawsuit against them as something simple for $1,000 and just to humiliate them in front of public. I'm being serious. And I mean, it might sound petty, but I'm just saying it's like I'm trying to think of a way just to get them where it's like, you know what, come out here and look at me in the face now, because you seem like a strong person. And I got to tell you, for someone that's a coward, someone who does something like that to a child, that's a coward. That's a straight coward. That's like the worst possible thing. I'm getting so aggravated because all I can think about it, like my mother, when she told me how young she was and what happened to her, I wanted to wring her brother's necks. I'm telling you, if they showed up at that funeral, it was going to be a wrap. I mean, I packed everything up. I was ready to go away for 15 years. I was tight. I was real upset. It was at my mother's funeral. I was thinking about this, because that's what she told me, that I was searching for them, and I didn't find them until when she died. Then I had access. I figured out how to find them, and then I just said, and I never told them that I knew. But they knew I knew. They definitely knew I knew.
So many times it's generational.
Yeah.
And they could have very well have been molested themselves.
Yeah.
And that's why they do that.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm glad I didn't.
Unfortunately,
You've been
Yeah.
chosen to be the person to stop it.
To end the
So
cycle.
Yeah,
your
exactly. That's awesome.
ancestors knew you were strong enough to do this.
Yeah.
So you've been chosen.
But I just want to end that with,
Painful,
I did
but-
know that they were children, and I thought about that as far as them being boys, and I said, you know what? As mad as I was, it wasn't a grown man. Where this is a grown man.
Yes.
Where it happened to you, So this is a whole nother story. He's been through life. He learned how to do it from you, which is almost like that's a predator. That is a predator,
He is
and that is the
sociopathic.
kind of man that should not be out here in the streets. I mean, 100%.
Right, who's going to be the next victim?
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
coming.
There
And let me
will
tell
be.
you, it will come.
There will be a next victim.
He works at Bear Mountain too.
Yeah.
I can't say that. Sorry.
No, I mean,
That's all.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You can say whatever you want, and I almost want to blast his name on my Facebook page.
Is it illegal?
I mean, we're not trying to do that right
say
now.
I
that?
think I just don't think we go there.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, is it illegal to speak about him and post his name and face everywhere?
I have
Try for what is it
I have
called?
talked to a lot of different lawyers about slander.
Yeah.
The thing is that what we're saying is true. So if someone wants to put a slander suit against us, see, this is where it finally works in our benefit because the victim is the one that has the burden of proof. Another problem with the justice system, which
Yeah.
is why she gets interrogated. But anyway, in this situation of slander, great, go ahead. Prove
Try
that
to
we
prove
are
us
slandering
wrong.
you because I would love for you to take on the burden of, you hire a lawyer, you start all of this, and all I have to do is protect myself with the truth.
Put me on the stand, right? Put me on the stand.
Which
So-
sounds crazy to me.
We don't have a problem. Go ahead, go for it. Hit us with slander.
Exactly.
That's good to
Because I'm to be honest, I wouldn't care. I'm not even kidding. I wouldn't care. I would have his face. I would put his face on everything I want. I'd put a billboard out, put his face on it.
Other young
I don't care. I'm like,
Exactly.
what? They don't care. Why are we as society worried about what the predator is doing? What that is crazy. Like that's the problem because the good people who have like they care about what's going on themselves and other people are the ones sitting here going, "Oh, we don't want to do that. We can't. And they're out. They don't give a damn. He would do anything he wanted. Look at what he did.
I was going to say he still is. He still is doing.
To who?
Now, I mean, I don't know, like he will do it again. I'm sure
Oh,
that
I thought
there
you
is-
knew
no,
somebody was happening
if
to. I
I
was
knew
like,
something was
Holy
happening, then
moly! I'm
we
like,
would actually
my hands are
have a
starting to
case.
sweat.
I know.
I
I'm
start
just
feeling
gonna
like
get in my
Eminem.
car.
I'm losing my mind. I'm looking for the
No.
car keys.
No, come on.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, that was very.
That's a real
misleading.
inside joke.
No, I meant that what he is currently putting us through still with the divorce, he's accusing us of lying, cheating, stealing. You name it, they are throwing everything at us to try to make it stick.
Yeah, and he's like, probably mentioned about the fact that I have a history with mental illness, so I'm
That you have a history?
yes.
At 15, how do you have a history of anything?
Because she's been seeing a therapist since she was in 7th grade.
Oh, before
for
it
depression.
happened?
No, that was during.
Oh, that's when it happened.
It was happening during that
Oh,
time
that's why
frame.
she went. Oh man.
That's why she was depressed. That's why she was anxious. That's why she was suicidal. That's where the dissociation came from. But
don't know,
because
Frank.
she's been seeing a therapist and a psychiatrist,
He's gonna play
she's
the
now
crazy card.
mentally unstable.
I'm thinking we put this dude on blast. I mean, I'm telling you, Frank. I mean, I know what you're saying, but I want to put his picture up on his screen here right now. I'm not even kidding. I want to put his picture in his face, and like I don't want to tell you what else I want to do to him. But I'm not gonna. I can't. I'm gonna say, Joe. I swear to God, I'm not gonna say it, Joe. I'm not gonna say it, and I'm not gonna do any
No.
physical harm to anyone.
No.
I don't do it. I don't do
no,
those things.
we do not condone any.
I
don't
don't.
condone it.
I don't know if this is the forum for that. That's all I'm saying.
I understand, but at some point, I'm going to tell you this is coming on my page. It won't maybe
Well,
I'm frankly
that-
speaking, but this ain't happening.
Your page. Your
Yeah.
page.
Almost like that reporter Bobby. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, I remember you, Bobby. I remember what you said about me, Bobby. I don't like it. You should put out a nice article, Bobby, because I want to
Bobby
put out
say
an article.
something bad about
Oh
you?
yeah, Bobby Weber.
Oh, see, I have no problem with that.
Yeah. Remember me? Yeah, I know. I know you're gonna watch this. You're gonna look back and be like, did he actually say Bobby Weber? Yeah, he
said Bobby
I actually
Weber.
posted his
Bobby
home
Weber.
address, and the police called me and says, Frank, can you do us a favor and take that down? Because I said, I just in case somebody wanted to send him a Christmas card. I mean, the guy. It's public information. I wasn't putting out anything that was not public. I didn't hire an investigator. Oh, it was Google it. Boom, there it was. I said, hey, if anybody wants to send Bobby Weber a nice Christmas card with a nice gift in it, tell them it's from them. It means it might have a odor to it. Might be in a paper bag. But you know, and I mean, I laugh about it now, but I was very upset about what Bobby Weber did to me because I've done a lot of good things in the Hudson Valley, all because of my father, John Flowers. And a lot of my life, I try to live in memory of my father and in his legacy. And it's when people talk about me, they're talking about more than me because I represent something much larger than me. And that's why it hurts me so much. So regardless of what you ever heard about me, I'm going to ask you to take me for who I am or what you actually know about me. And then please ask those people that tell you anything negative if they've even had a conversation with me. Because I will guarantee you, anyone that has something negative to say about me has never actually sat down across from the table from me. And that's really all I got to tell you about that. It's like, before you start making all these judgments and stuff like that, make sure you know who the actual person is and think about where that information's coming from. But somebody, I'm just thinking about that because I'm thinking about, I know when you're slandered, I was slandered. I had my name and my face slandered all over the place off of someone's comment. They said something that I did to them, and then all of a sudden, it like hell broke loose. It was the craziest thing in the world. And I was like, I'm reading articles like, what in the hell is going on? And I'm like, now here it is. I'm saying I didn't even do it, and we got a guy that's been doing this for years. To someone like that, abuse. I mean, it's like unbelievable what he did to you as compared to what they even said I did. It's not even close. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how is this okay? Like, where are the reporters now? Where is Bobby Weber when you have a 15-year-old out here talking about something like this? That's what I want to know. That's why, again, that's why we're doing this, Frank, because we want to talk about the things that need to be talked about. We want to get people out here talking to each other, being able to understand what's happening and being able to relate to it. And like, we need to know what's happening out here, because if all these kids are getting molested or abused as a child and no one's out here to like speak up for them, who are they going to go to? This is where they need people to go to. And I'm going to tell you, it's like, I'm willing to listen to all of it. You could send me whatever, and I'll talk. I'll scream it out loud. I'll blast. I will put it right on my cover page. There you go. And
will it be your profile picture?
It might be my profile picture. Yeah. And be like, yeah, like he raped the girl and never, I'm getting aggravated with it because I have daughters. And I can't even imagine if my daughter ever came to me and said, I don't know what planet I would be on.
Frank speaking.
Yeah, Frank speaking. But I mean, like any father, and then you have a mother here that is probably so enraged because all she's thinking is, I created this. I did this, right? I mean, you had to go through your mind. Like, I tell this man about that. You put your trust and love in him, and then all of a sudden he goes out and does that. That's like, and then you can't beat him up. What do? You can't go to the cops. They don't do anything. CPS.
I come and I talk to you.
You come and talk to Frankie and Frankie and Frank, and you're Frank.
I'm Frank, and you're Frank.
And we're frankly speaking. We always got to throw a little.
Don't forget Monica.
And Monica. But
stuck in the middle.
That's really. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go on a rant like that, but I just had to get it out.
Don't apologize.
If there was one thing that you could, or a few things that you could advise parents to look for, what would those things be?
Especially in this day and age with so much technology, we got to put the technology down. We got to talk to our kids. We got to look them in the eye. Sit down, have a conversation with them, talk to them about sex. I don't care how old they are. It's out there. These kids are on their phones, on their computers. They, even, vigilant parents, these kids are still seeing it. They know what's out there. It's like, you have to talk to your kids. You have to have, these just frank, open discussions. You have to, tell them that they're safe with you and that they can tell you anything and you're not going to judge them and you will believe them. I mean, that's the biggest thing is belief. It's like you have to trust them to trust you.
So in Alex's case, she didn't even want to tell you till you had proof.
Yeah.
So, are there any signs that people?
Oh, there's definitely
would look for,
there's
even
a
though
lot
you
of
had
signs.
this conversation, and
yes,
you did, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. We definitely did, and it's on the website.
On that point, when you were going to, I just want to, so I don't forget, when you were going to therapy, did your therapist know about any of this?
No, he did not know anything about this.
No.
So that's kind of not odd, but that would have been a place that you thought you could have been trusted, but at the same time, did you feel that you couldn't even get that close to the therapist?
You know, I was scared that people were gonna judge me and not believe me because you know, like, old man and a child, because you know they always teach you, like, as a kid you need to actually
Respect.
always
Respect. Listen to your elders. Do what they tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, do what
Here
they
you are.
tell you. Don't argue.
Oh
like,
man, this guy's
respect
face
it.
is going on my page. I'm gonna put a billboard with his face on it.
And you know,
I'm
he
done.
was.
You watch. Oh, yeah, you watch what happens. I'm gonna be calling highway displays tomorrow and see what it costs for billboards on all sides of the highway. I'm gonna put it right by Bear Mountain too. That's where I'm gonna put it. Oh my god. Yeah, that's just crazy. Now, is there anything that she could have said to make you open up before that? Like, is there anything your mother could have asked you or said, or anything that could have happened to make you tell her?
No, I mean, it's honestly, it's a battle with yourself, just being able to open up to somebody else and
What your
you
friends
know,
are gonna think, what your mother's gonna
Exactly.
think of you.
Exactly, because you know we've always been close, and you know she's my best friend, and I barely could even tell her. It's just, you know, like, being so afraid of being judged, even though rationally that's not really true. You just grow up thinking that, especially with that going on, you just grow up thinking that, you know, it should stay behind closed doors.
Wow.
So if there's any child out there or a teenager that's experienced this, can they contact you through that email? Just to talk to you, you know, if they feel unsafe to just.
Well, the email address is also on the website.
Right, that's I figured
They
that.
can. Yes, we can be
Are
contacted.
you open to that?
I'm open to
yeah.
helping anyone.
So if people
If I
don't,
can direct anybody in the right direction, I will do my best.
Yeah. Well, that's very big of you. That 15 years old. I'm super impressed. I'm so glad I met the both of you. I mean, I believe in, like, in, you know, intervention. Maybe is that what it is, the right word? When you meet somebody, it's not by accident. I think we're all just meant to be.
Synchronicities.
Yeah, because
Serendipity. That's it.
Yeah.
Another movie.
it was just perfect. It's like perfect timing, and like I learned a lot of that from, like, my father too. It's just, you know, all of a sudden you just got to go with it. Don't force things in life. It's gonna happen.
Things line up.
Yeah. John Davis just told me the other day they're actually have to move because the building just sold where Davis Furniture is. And he was like, man, I was like, I just don't want to force it. Like, I keep calling this guy about this location, and he's like, I don't want to force it because I feel like if I force myself into doing it, then it's not going to work out. He's like, something to work out. And he said, sure enough, I think they found a place. So Davis Furniture, one of our proud sponsors, frankly speaking. If you need furniture, head down to Davis Furniture. Right now, I'm not sure where their new location is, but they got a lot of good sales going on. And John is an amazing guy. Davis Furniture.
What was the commercial you were in?
Oh, today. Oh my God, I didn't even bring this up yet. I'm sorry, ladies. I mean, because this is it was such a big topic.
Don't apologize.
I went up to Romeo Ford.
Oh, really?
Romeo Ford in Kingston, New York, and I met Joe Romeo himself. What's so funny is the guy comes out and says Joe Rogan, and I'm like, Joe Rogan's here? I'm like, what the hell? And he said Joe Romeo, but I didn't hear it properly, so I'm like, we're going to see. Wait a minute, I thought we were seeing Romeo. Like, now we're seeing Rogan. Like, what the heck is going on? Joe Rogan's like big deal, like podcast. I'm like, wow, we're gonna have a podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, this is like crazier than I thought.
Bring him on.
But no, Joe Romeo, great guy. This guy, Mike, had set me up with him. He told me to come up. He came down and volunteered on Thanksgiving too. He's like, listen, man, these guys want to do something with you. Great guy. So we go up there and he tells me, he goes, listen, what we're doing, we have 5 dealerships in Kingston. All 5 dealerships, every car we sell in the month of December, we're going to give $50 to John Flowers Christmas Wish. And that could buy a lot of toys. So they said they might sell up to, 800-900 cars. So that's, that's really great money.
Yeah, baby. Come on, Romeo.
That's
Come
it,
on,
Romeo.
Romeo.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, I mean, I really appreciate them. I want to give a big shout out to them. I know they have, I thought it was just 4 dealerships, but they have a Nissan dealership. They have, they have all these, and I was like, I had no idea. I'm like, man, I just walked into like some gangster place. I was like, man, he had the slick back hair, the nice jewelry. I was like, oh man, who's this guy Romeo? Hey, I'm waiting for Uncle Tony. Oh, he did have an aunt. Oh my gosh, I forgot her name, but he goes, oh yeah, this is my Aunt Lisa. He goes, Aunt Lisa. I go, okay, there's Aunt Lisa. Where's cousin Vinny?
Yeah, no doubt.
See ya.
But no, big shout out to them, man. I appreciate them for doing that for us. So if you guys want to buy a car in the month of December, they're giving us $50 a car. So thank you very much, Mr. Romeo. Romeo.
They should have got me for that commercial. Romeo.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be. I did a little live video while I was there today because I was like,
I
was
saw
so
it.
excited. Yeah. Oh
So
my
is
God.
that going on somewhere?
Yeah, they do it on I think Spectrum and a couple other things in their own site, but it's all the local.
And the baby
locals.
was in it.
Yeah, I had I was holding the baby Aria. Baby Aria. She is
saw
my
this.
little coconut.
Yeah. Baby Aria.
I wanted to have Bridget in there with us too, but literally the screen was so big, and I got so big that I took up most of the screen. I was in the middle.
Who was the other? Oh, it was Romeo.
So
and then-
I had Santa with me. So
Right,
I had
I saw Santa
Joe
on the other
Romeo,
side.
yeah, and I had Mark. I had Santa, Chris Kringle. I had him on the other side, and I was holding little baby Aria in the middle. But yeah, we're gonna have Santa deliver. So we will be this year. We are at 747 Main Street too in Poughkeepsie, wrapping presents. Paul is going to be there almost every day. But if you want to get a hold, we're going to start wrapping in about probably a week. Within the week, and I'll let you know. If you want to get us anything, wrapping paper, tape, we can use. Toys, obviously, of all ages. We'll take any of that, like clothes. We want like new stuff for Christmas because we want, it's just we've done the whole thing with the used and it turned into a disaster. People just started stuffing in stuff. It was dirty. I was like, oh my God.
What do you think
I was just
about-
hoping nobody got underwear. It was so bad.
Save that for the factory.
Your father was doing stuffed animals. That's all he really did. in those days. So
Yeah. He would do the nursing homes and stuff like that.
That was kind of a mess.
Oh
Sometimes.
yeah, I know. Sometimes people get to use stuffed animals 4 or 5 times used over, so they're like, "Oh yeah, things dirty." Oh
Re-gift.
yeah, re-gifted. Yeah.
The hospitals loved it though, and so did the nursing homes.
Yeah, I mean it was a great
Yeah.
thought.
But so anyway, our space was given to us by Page. A lot of people know Page for all different things. They have Page contract. It's Page Lumber down on 55. They own the laundromat, which we are right behind Big Bubble on Main Street in Poughkeepsie. They own the Poughkeepsie Journal building, most beautiful building I think I've probably seen in my life. Yeah. Oh, it looks so.
And I
amazing.
think that the post office runs a pretty, almost neck and
Yeah,
neck.
it's close. Yeah, but they have
Close,
more.
close.
They're redone on their place. So it
No
looks-
offense, Jason.
Jay.
Is that who you deal with?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Jason. I haven't
Yeah.
seen him in ages. We used to go to sushi together.
Oh, he's a good man.
Way back.
Very good man.
How's he doing?
He-
Does he
he's good.
still have a cell phone attached to his ear?
He was on it every time I've seen him. Yeah, he's very busy, man, doing a lot of things. They want to do some building and stuff. I'm hoping the city works with them and they do some great building in Poughkeepsie. They want to do something on that corner there where it was right on the corner, that building before the Poughkeepsie Journal building on the
Mueller
Arterial
building,
Highway,
actually, yeah.
right on the corner there. They wanted to put up some new buildings. So I hope they go through with that because Poughkeepsie needs some new inspiring stuff. We want to build. We want to get things nicer. We want
Look
to.
at what they did to Beacon.
Oh yeah,
And here we are in Poughkeepsie.
we're on our
The
way.
place
though.
where people are picking the feet.
They're picking their feet in Poughkeepsie. That's right. So we're hoping, thank you very much, Paige. What else do I want to say about that? So it's located right next to Wendy's. Used to be Prime Print, which is another one of our great sponsors for John Flowers events. They always do all of our flyers for Christmas and Easter and everything else. Right where they used to be, we're going to be in their building. It's about 2,300 square feet. It's, anybody wants to come by and volunteer. We're going to try to put hours on the window. I'll put Paula's number or mine. You can reach us if you want to come out and volunteer. It's a great thing to bring your kids, your organization, anything you want to be involved in, bring them by, wrap some presents. And if you want to deliver them, we're going to be delivering this year starting on the 19th, going to the 22nd. So 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. I'm taking the 23rd, 24th off this year because I want to spend it with my little one myself. I hope you guys can understand.
Coconut.
The little coconut. Yeah, we're gonna have our little Christmas this year, and my little girl needs me. So, I think that's about it. So tomorrow night, make sure you come down to the Festival of Lights, City of Poughkeepsie. It's down at Warriors Park. If you take Main Street all the way down past the train station, John Flower Circle. We're gonna be right there. I thought you had right there. Brigavelli's going to be singing.
Brigavelli is what I was going to say.
I think we're going to have her sing one of her new hit songs, and she's going to do a bunch of Christmas covers. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, so she's not just going to do one off.
No, she's going to do
several.
about 6-7 songs.
Oh, by gosh.
Yeah, we're going to have a little concert.
What
down
time
there.
is this thing going until?
5:30 till 7:30.
I might be able to pick up the end of that because, or,
Okay.
you know, the latter part of it, because I'm going to be coming back up from down there, the land down under, Port Chester.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, I'm going to try and get there.
You should definitely come by. I'm going to try to MC it myself. I don't know, City of Poughkeepsie. If you want me to MC that event, no problem. I love it. My sister, Yvonne Flowers, the mayor of Poughkeepsie. I'm so proud of her. So proud to call that woman my sister. She was on the show last week.
She was great. I enjoyed that immensely.
Yeah, she's very good, powerful woman, you know, and she's like, she doesn't sell bull crap. She just like, and you can read it right on her face. You know, she's like, no, that ain't happening here. Nuh-uh.
That's what she said to me. Yeah, you give me some line of crap there, Frank. So guess what?
Yeah.
You're out.
I respect her a lot. You know, I learned a lot from her. Yeah. yeah. But anyway, I want to thank you two very much. Thank you for coming out, and I give you so much credit. And like I said, it's like we're not going to change everything, but we are going to change something. So, and
100%.
One step at a time.
one step at a time. That's, you know, they teach that in every kind of therapy. You know, all these AA meetings, everything else. It's
Yeah.
the process.
I wanted to say that, there's lineages that I'm sure have been through this cycle of I'm talking about perpetrators, right? And you would hope that at one point people get help for this kind of thing too, because this is just it's insane. So I mean that's another avenue that to get to the core of an issue of why somebody has desires to do something like that. It'd be nice if that whole aspect could be curtailed as well. And I don't think you have to castrate somebody. I think that there's some ways that can be done that can maybe change that whole, and it could very well have to do with, of course, people from prior generations. So it's hard to say. Nobody gets a free ride when it comes to this. No. But at the same time, we'd like to see it all stop for all of those reasons.
And with that, we're going to say...
Good night, Frankie. I'm leaving.
Showing
You
your
got-
age. Is that Lawrence Welk?
That's Lawrence
Oh
Well.
my God.
We'll see you guys tomorrow down at the City of Poughkeepsie.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, thank you very much for coming in, both of you.
Thank you
you for
very
having
much.
us.
for having
Alex
us.
and Debbie.
Yes.
Thanks, folks.
Till
We'll
next
see you
week, 7 p.m., Parker Mechanical. We love you.
So you're Frank,
And you're Frank.
and together we are Frankly Speaking.
Your party at the door, bring it open mind. Mind. Pass the sound bites, truth where we explore. Frankly speaking, that's what this mic is for. Frankly speaking, let's go open the door. Frankly speaking, you can ask for more. Frankly speaking.